Hello, and welcome to another flight review. If you're new here, my name is Jet, and today I'm flying with Japan Airlines in economy class on board a 787 from Taipei to Tokyo-Narita. Today's gate is D5, and Taoyuan International Airport is a lot bigger than I had anticipated. TPE is a great airport and has everything you could need before a long-haul or short-haul flight. There's of course extensive duty-free options, a good mix of restaurants and cafes, and a lot of luxury boutiques. And here we are at our gate for today. The boarding area is actually below the retail level, but up here you do get some pretty decent views out. I also got a great view of today's aircraft, which is a 7-year-old 787-8 that is definitely in need of a wash. And as I had mentioned, the boarding area is down a level, so let's head on down and check it out. It wouldn't surprise me if the boarding area was dark and dingy being below the main area, but it's definitely not. You're welcomed with some fun, green-colored seating and plenty of natural light. There are windows on both sides giving you views of the passenger transfer corridors and also giving you great views of the tarmac. The gate area was very calm and very quiet. Announcements for today's flight soon started, and this friendly agent approached me to ensure I was in fact part of Group 1 for boarding. This definitely helped keep the boarding area organized and neat. And as expected of a 5-star airline, boarding started right on time, and I made my way down the jet bridge. I was warmly welcomed on board by 2 very friendly flight attendants, each bowing as I made my way to my seat. JAL's cabin definitely isn't the most lively, but compared to the outside of the aircraft, the inside is exceptionally clean. And here's my window seat for today, 19K. It features a fully adjustable headrest along with a leather cover. And unlike most other airlines, most of JAL's 787s feature a 242 configuration in economy, which allows for a wider 48cm economy seat. Taking a look at the seat, there is a trusty coat hook, and to the left and right of the IFE there are 2 little storage pockets. You also have a pretty average tray table that folds in half and slides forward and backwards. And of course, 1 large literature pocket with 2 additional smaller pockets for your cell phone and headphones in this case. There is also a universal power outlet underneath your seat, but only one, so you'd need to share with your neighbor. And unfortunately, there are no personal air vents on today's aircraft, but this varies amongst JAL's fleet. Boarding finished up right on time, and we were soon on our way for our 2-hour and 20-minute flight to Tokyo. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to help me keep growing.
Attention all passengers. We'll be taking off shortly. Please buckle the seatbelt sign on. Thank you. 各位旅客，本班机马上就要起飞，请再次检查安全带是否确实系好了。另外，即将起飞，桌子、脚踏板、个人电视、控制器和杯架会回到原来的位置。有婴儿随行的旅客，请确实抱好您的小孩，谢谢。
Once we were up, the flight attendants closed the curtains separating the cabins, and I decided to check out the IFE. JAL's IFE isn't the newest, but still has plenty of options for entertainment during your flight. There were 3 live TV channels as well, but for some reason they weren't working on this flight. Today's flight did also include a full meal, and I had pre-ordered a seafood meal, which was some sort of fish with rice and veggies, a fruit cup, some Japanese pudding, and 2 seafood side salads. To drink, I got a Coke Zero, and there was also a moist towelette included on my tray to wash my hands. And as expected from a 5-star airline, JAL gives you metal cutlery even in economy, which I also find just as sustainable as some of the wood cutlery other airlines give you. You're also given chopsticks, which I used to take a closer look at some of the seafood I was given. Overall, this was an excellent meal and everything tasted great. It was all fresh and it was definitely more than I was expecting for a 2-hour and 20-minute flight. The cabin crew wrapped up the meal service, going through the cabin and offering hot tea or coffee, and I opted for some coffee as I was a bit sleepy at this point. And before I knew it, we had already started our descent into Tokyo, which means it's time for some final thoughts. Before booking this flight, I had never paid attention to the fact that JAL was a 5-star airline. And I know many people say Skytrax is a scam, but regardless, I did have a great flight with JAL. The only other Skytrax 5-star airline I've flown with would be Singapore Airlines, which also has a solid economy product. I'd say the quality of food was equally good on both, and the cabin crew was also just as kind on JAL as they were on Singapore Airlines. That being said, the one thing I really loved about JAL was the 242 seat configuration in economy. I can imagine on even longer flights, having that little bit of extra room can make all the difference. It certainly would for me. JAL has a very comfortable and solid economy class product with a sufficient IFE for long and short flights. The aircraft interior didn't really show any signs of wear and tear, and I really do admire how clean the interior was. My on-the-ground experience with JAL in Taipei was very easy and straightforward. I was able to check in and get my boarding pass on my phone, which isn't always the case on international carriers. All in all, I definitely wouldn't ever hesitate to fly with JAL again and would probably choose to fly with them when crossing the Pacific if the flights make sense. I also can't wait to see their new cabins when they introduce the A350-1000. Also, no clickbait here, but I really do think we hit this bird right here, but replay it and let me know what you think.
様、ただいま成田国際空港に着陸いたしました。ただいまの時刻、台湾と日本1時間の時差がございますので、午後30分になったところでございます。早い到着となりました。それで早い到着となりました。こちらからご案内いたしますので、どうぞ私たちの分のまでお待ちください。また飛行機は完全に停止し、シートベルト固定の際が消えますので、シートベルトはそのままお締めください。運転をお待ちになります際には手荷物が滑り出ることもございます。十分ご注意ください。ただいまからすべての電子機器お使いになれます。
As usual, thank you so much for watching another one of my flight reviews. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try and post my British Airways World Traveller Plus review from Dubai to London next week, so please make sure you are subscribed to know when that video goes live. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.